incontent stare. His skin is of a bright blood-red color. Could he be... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hold. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we? Nevertheless, one good turn does deserve another, so as far as the whole slave business is concerned, let's just forget about it. You may as well have your freedom. Now then, if there's nothing further... If you really must know, I haven't quite decided yet. I've a frightful amount of things on my mind, hence my standing here contemplating the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Memories. Quite so.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities, and shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. Of course, it's rather specific. Quite obviously, I'm musing over the very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? The very same. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World-Tamer, the Spouse of the Sun. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have. Truly. A kind offer indeed. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship after all. Fine. I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer. One of the mystics of my kind. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. Jolly good. So, now that that's settled, first, even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Do not take my elegance as a mask for frailty. My blows shatter shields, and my thrusts pierce armor. If a warrior you need, the warrior you'll have. Very well. Onwards then to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be travelling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, My Lord. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off.
The squirrel's nose twitches as you approach, but the creature turns away before you can say anything. It seems he doesn't want to talk to you.
Oh, how pensively our sheep.
A black cat. Some would see this as an omen.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity.
What? How did I get... Hey, stop following me. Huh? Yeah, fine. I'm fine. I'm not sure. It's all a little...
The cat opens his mouth as if to speak, but his eyes lose focus, and with a jerk he turns away from you. The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares...
Our shield speaks, Quercus.
I've spotted something. I don't have the right tool for digging.
One must put in due effort if one is to reap the proper reward.
The cat's eyes are...
I'm a proud loyal to the Order. I would not dream of some...
Now where should I put this one? Hey, mister. It's a lot nicer here than that stinking... I'm sure glad some of the others made it out alive too. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Say hi for me. Adults always want to talk. Can't I just play here with my shells a while?
Where this leads.
Yes. Is it an audience?
As the alcove opens up, you see the same skeleton that you met on the boat before it sank. He's still not wearing his mask. He's leaning over a corpse, prodding and pulling at the skin of its face.
Bugger. How on earth am I supposed to... Oh. Perhaps...
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards. After a few more tugs at the man's cheeks, the skeleton relents, letting the head drop to the ground with a damp thud.
Damnation. That stuck fast. I wonder... Does the beard act as some form of anchor? Ah! No! Stay back! Don't! Oh, it's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected. It seems the human that stole my mask was rather more resourceful than I gave her credit for. I chased her here, but she rather seems to have given me the slip. Thus,
He turns back to the body, prodding at its face cautiously.
oh yes, an exceptionally common but exceptionally valuable commodity. A face. A face that seems rather stubbornly attached to his skull. I would normally employ a tool to delicately but viciously rip the face from the body. I could then craft a mask to hide my bone. But as I lack such a tool,
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin holds firm.
carved? Please, you hardly think I am one of your breed, do you? You have never seen anything like it because you have never met anyone like me. Simply put, I am an eternal, and you are not. You have my sympathies. Indeed, no one seems to have the good taste to be. My people are rather absent, at least from this realm. As for the others, well, there is an excavation site at the Black Pit's oil fields. Perhaps there I'll find my answers. Well, that hardly seems relevant. But if you must know, I was inconvenienced for a time. Several centuries, in fact. Or perhaps millennia. One tends to lose track. I was sealed in a tomb for daring to be curious about the world. It seems our king did not agree that the universe should be explored to its... Perhaps I should thank him. It seems I was spared whatever happened to the others. I wonder if flowers would be appropriate. Well, that is the curious thing. They are clearly absent from this world, and yet they are everywhere. Every one of your races resembles them in some manner, and the statues you have built to your gods look remarkably familiar. Perhaps my people have ascended to some new realm, or perhaps your gods are merely... Regardless, they are not here, but I will find them. Wherever they are, I will find them. I suppose, circumstances being what they are, it could be advantageous. You seem more at ease in this world than I. A guide would certainly be useful. Excellent. While we are conversing, perhaps you notice that I am rather skilled in... Of course, the arcane arts are my little speciality, but being a brilliant wizard does not mean I cannot handle blade or bow. So, which do you require for this enterprise of yours? Ah, you seek a more subtle approach. How surprisingly civilized. Very well. What do you require? If I had your mind, I'd rather wish I could change it too. But very well. Dude, someone with a little muscle. Really? I am adept as any in the fine art of hitting people with sticks. But what exactly are you looking for? If I had your mind, I'd rather wish I could change it. Much magic? I was controlling the powers of the universe while your people were still... doing whatever it is you used to do. What speciality would you prefer? If I had your mind, I'd rather... I could do that with one hand behind my spine. Now, shall we get on? There is rather a lot to see. Splendid. Very well.
Aye, the giant...
Your godwoman has asked you a question. Answer him.
Need I repeat myself?
But I know nothing of any verdicts.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapee.
If you can tell the godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Stay silent, you!
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many... The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the Void destroy it. Alice?
Yes, Your Holiness.
I believe we're done here.
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
The cat's eyes are clouded and
Ooh, how pensively our...
Yes. Is it an audience you desire?
The lizard Magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
These creatures are so prone to violence, naturally, the weaker specimens suffer.
hasn't changed a bit. Always late. He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
Saw him, didn't you? The Hammer and Alexander. They gave that scaly traitor what for, they did. We'll see how long that lasts. Bishop's the son of the dead divine. Don't know when we'll get a new one, but Alexander's looking after us in the meantime. And the Hammer's a solid sort. Don't take no guff and don't stand for no idling. Earned that name for a reason, she did. So in the time of Lucian, of course. Who wouldn't join up with God himself? It was all glory when we lost him. Well, it only made sense to see his will through. Can't for certain, but I reckon when God himself gives his life to protect you, you don't waste the gift. You protect it with everything you've... So that's what we do. Lucian gave his life to protect Rivellon. If we let the Voidwoken get to it now, well, we'd have lost him for nothing. Fort Joy ain't no summer camp. No one said it were, but it's the best we've got to protect the realm. When you give up the darkness that's inside you, take your fault it's there, mind, but it's there all the same. They're working on a cure for you even now. Got some good leads, so I hear. You can trust Dallas to take care of it. And once you're cured, your life will start again.
Come on then, Lexi. Pay up.
I find I need bread. I want no trouble.
Did you see him? You did, right? Those claws. Wonder what's behind the masks, too. Can't be pretty.
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
The Geists, dummy. The Hammer and Alexander had 2 in tow just a moment ago. Ugh. Thought you lot would be interested in a thing like that. Ah, no reason. Settle in, eh? A magistrate will come and find you when they're ready for you. Could be a while, though. High priest is up to his hood and sinners these days.
She's gone, Farah. Gone!
Where is he?
Your grift teaches you to bully others. Pathetic.
You keep his name out of your mouth, you filthy cud chewer.
Have you, cud?
Disgusting, just like all your kind.
Disgusting like theft? Disgusting like threats?
Brave God, will you quit dragging this on? Tain't that hard, Legsley. Just hand over the gold.
I will not.
Hardened up yet?
Did you see him? You did, right? Those claws. That, Magister, that was Bishop Alexander, leader of the Divine Order, and his right hand, Dallas. How do you not know this? Ha! More the fool you. Day is night, and night is day in Fort Joy, O noble one. The Magisters are the royalty around here. Now why don't you move along and settle in? A Magister will come and find you when they're ready for you. Could be a while, though. We're up to our...
Come on then, Lexi. Hey up.
I find only bread. I want no trouble.
Bread or brisket, both the same.
Your grift teaches you to bully others. Pathetic.
You keep his name out of your mouth, you filthy cunt chewer.
Have you, cud?
Disgusting, just like all your kind.
Disgusting like theft. Disgusting like threats.
Great God, will you quit dragging this on? Ain't that hard, Lexi. Just hand over the gold.
Or not.
Come on then, Lexi. Hey up.
I find only bread. I want no trouble.
Bread or brisket, both the same.
Your grift teaches you to bully others. Pathetic.
You keep his name out of your mouth, you filthy cunt chewer.
Have you, cud?
Disgusting, just like all your kind.
Disgusting like theft. Disgusting like threats.
Great God, will you quit dragging this on? Ain't that hard, Lexi. Just hand over the gold.
I will not.
Not now.
Come on then, Lexi. Hey up.
I find only bread. I want no trouble.
Bread or
He hasn't
brisket,
changed a bit.
both the same.
Always late. Your grift teaches you to bully others. Pathetic.
You keep his name out of your mouth, you filthy cunt chewer.
Have you, cud?
Disgusting, just like all your kind.
Disgusting like theft. Disgusting like threats.
Great God, will you quit dragging this on? Ain't that hard, Lexi. Just hand over the gold.
I will not.
Come on then, Lexi. Hey up.
I find only bread. I want no trouble.
Bread or brisket, both the same.
Your grift teaches you to bully others. Pathetic.
You keep his name out of your mouth, you filthy cunt chewer.
Have you, cud?
Disgusting, just like all your kind.
Disgusting like theft. Disgusting like threats.
Great God, will you quit dragging this on? Ain't that hard, Lexi. Just hand over the gold.
I will not.
Bread or brisket, both the same.
Your grift teaches you to bully others. Pathetic.
You keep his name out of your mouth, you filthy cunt chewer.
Have you, cud?
Disgusting. Just like all your
Disgusting like theft. Disgusting like threats.
Great God! Will you quit dragging this on? Take that on, Lexi. Just hand over the gold.
I will not.
Come on, then, Lexi. Lay up.
I find I need bread. I want no trouble.
Red or whiskey, both the same.
Your grift teaches you to bully others. Pathetic.
You keep his name out of your mouth. You filthy cunt, you
Have your cud.
Disgusting. Just like all your kind.
Disgusting like theft. Disgusting like threats.
Right, God. Will you quit dragging this on? Take that on, Lexi. Just hand over the gold.
I will not. Where is he? You push you. I want only bread.
Come on, then, Lexi. Lay up.
I find I need bread. I want no trouble.
Red or whiskey, both the same.
Come on, old man. Your grift teaches you to bully others. Pathetic.
You keep his name out of your mouth. You filthy cunt, you
Oh, I got my eye on you, Scaly. Don't try any of that sauce business on my watch, or I'll do to you what the hammer did to that traitor. And I don't appreciate your kind conjuring up these horrors from gods know how deep. But we've got to live with each other, ain't we? For now.
Did you see him? You did, right? Those claws. Move along, eh? Don't want to...
Saw him, didn't you? The hammer and Alexander. They gave that scaly traitor what for, they did.
Grift teaches you to bully others. Pathetic.
You keep his name out of your mouth. You filthy cunt, you
Have your cud.
Disgusting. Just like all your kind.
Disgusting like theft. Disgusting like threats.
She's gone. Right, God. Will you quit dragging this on? Take that on, Lexi.
I find I need bread. I want no trouble.
Red or whiskey, both the same.
Your grift teaches you to bully others. Pathetic.
You keep his name out of your mouth. You filthy cunt, you
Have your cud.
changed a bit. Always left. I told him I'd known you exactly, didn't I?